Hi traders, this is Brad Gilbert with the FX Market Insight for Tuesday, the 27th of August. Now, it's one of those sayings, what a difference a day makes. Now, just having a look at the analysis here, this is how we were lined up yesterday in my eyes. We had, the dollar had turned down very aggressively. Dollar yen, the safe haven trade was on. Euro was moving higher. Aussie and Kiwi were sort of moving to the downside. And that's where we were, right? So, but then what happens? Well, we get, if I just switch you back over to the news pages, we get a complete turnaround on Trump. And this is, I sort of suspected it yesterday after the initial moves, the currencies came back a bit. And to me, it told me that the market wasn't really serious about what Trump was saying. And sure enough, Trump comes back the next day and says, China trade deal coming. Beijing calls for resolution of dispute. So basically, it's a complete trumped up affair, if anything. So basically, the situation is all those moves that reacted over the weekend, and this is obviously where you don't have open positions over the weekend. You don't get caught up in that. You can sit back, take a look at what's going on. Is this real or not? If it was out of a central bank, you'd be taking it more seriously. Trump, the boy who cried wolf. The market is onto this guy, and that's exactly what we've seen. So if you got caught up in that, well, this is today's analysis. And you can see it's a complete turnaround from yesterday. So where we had a bit of direction on the hourlies, today we've got very little direction on the hourlies. If anything, just dollar CAD has poked its head up. It's moving aggressively to the downside, probably a square up of positions. But the rest of the pairs have been completely nullified, right? So they've all drifted back into a sideways moving markets. So, but don't be sort of put off. I mean, what we have is we've got normal market conditions, but we're just in a wait and see situation. The good thing is Trump's come back and corrected his stupid comments from the weekend. The markets are back to where they were, and now we can start to concentrate on the upcoming FX events. Of course, keeping one eye on the core market drivers, Brexit and the China-US trade issues. As we've seen, they can change in a heartbeat. But what we've got coming out today, we've got some consumer confidence numbers out of the US, and that's maybe give us some sort of direction for the US dollar as we go forward. Now, if I just give you a quick look at the charts, I've just left them where they are intentionally. So just to give you a bit of a look here, let me just get my pen up here. So what you've got is this is the sort of obviously the moves down here yesterday. You can see where the resistance lines were. Now, stop losses have been triggered on the movement back up, and also basically back down through 111.30. Stops triggered back in euro. Brexit and Trump. We had some stop losses triggered above 122.60 in sterling. It's back in the range as well. And here's dollar CAD on its lonesome, just sort of cruising to the downside after a pretty sort of hectic sort of false break through 132.70. But now it's down there as well. And this is moving against the price action in oil, which is back at $53. I can't see dollar CAD hanging down there, but you're a braver man than me getting long and looking for that bounce. Dollar yen, well, once again, a massive stitch up, move from 105.40.50 down to 104.40, and it's now back up to 106.40 overnight. I think you'll find most traders sitting on the sidelines as that goes back into a sideways moving market. So to me, what we've seen is, as I said, these markets are all now trading sideways. They are lacking serious direction. This whole geopolitical issue with Trump and China has diffused any consistency with momentum. And that's the one thing we're looking for. We're looking for momentum on this side of things and with our technicals. So at the moment, we are starting to see a bit of a shakedown of the majors. And now, so what happens from this point? Traders will wait to see where the direction comes from. Now, usually that's the geopolitical stuff. So I say the central banks, the macroeconomic fundamentals. So what we have to do is just wait, let this latest Trump charade pass, and then we can start to sort of focus on the upcoming data and see where the potential moves are going to come for these currencies as we move through the week. Now, there's plenty of, don't forget, this is only it started Tuesday in Asia. right? There's plenty to come later in the week. So if you have a look down through the data, there's a bit more, high impacting, I guess, US numbers coming out, the PCE price index, the GDP in particular, Canadian GDP numbers, and some flash estimate numbers, CPI numbers out of the Eurozone. So still plenty to play for. I think we just got to wait now for these numbers to drop, and let's just see how the currencies react. All right, not ideal, but it's all we've got to work for or work with. And so take it easy. Make sure the trading opportunities that do appear do make sense. Okay. All right, guys, have a good one. Cheerio.